Have you ever spent 3 hours perfecting a dual form application, only to have the entire set left at the cuticle within 3 days? Or worse, you go to file the underside and realize the core of the extension is still liquid gel. You aren't alone. Most nail techs struggle with dual forms because they treat them like a shortcut rather than a precision tool. Today, I'm going to show you why less is more near the cuticle and how to ensure 100% cure every single time. If you want a set that lasts a month without the bulk, pay close attention to the details today. Hello everyone and welcome back to the studio. It is a beautiful day to sit down, focus and elevate our craft. Today we are performing a fresh set on these nails we did together in my last tutorial. You might remember that shimmer top coat. We're transforming these into sophisticated pink cat eye design. As professionals, we start exactly where we should, disinfecting the hands and organizing our station. For today's transformation, I'm using a specific arsenal: my coarse carbide removal bit, a metal pusher, the flame tornado bit for the pocket, and a ball bit for polishing the skin, and also a specialized thin bit for the underside architecture. I begin by removing the old material. I work systematically from the left side to the center across all 10 nails. Now, I usually remove the length entirely at this stage because my natural nails tend to curl downwards. To maintain structural integrity, I need to reset them. However, you have two choices here. You can file the top and length now, or if you prefer, you can leave the length, apply your new gel structure, and then file away the natural nail from the underneath at the very end. Either way, the natural nail has to go if it's curling. For this set, I'm clearing the canvas completely. I want the surface smooth and thin because we're doing a shorter length today. Any leftover bulk from the previous set will make the final result look amateur. Once the dust is cleared, I use my metal pusher to open the proximal nail fold. You can use a manual 180 grit file to butt the natural nail. But I prefer the tornado bit. It allows me to perform the mechanical manicure and remove the shine from the natural nail simultaneously. Systematics are key to speed, guys. I process the left side of every nail on forward, then switch the machine to reverse and clear the right side. This ensures a clean, uniform pocket without jumping back and forth between tools. After cleaning the dust with 75% alcohol, you might notice I'm skipping the primer and dehydrator. Why? Because I understand the materials I'm using. I'm applying an IQ base coat specifically formulated for those with sensitivities or allergies. It's a high viscosity base. I don't use the bottle brush. Instead, I use a small dedicated detailed brush. The large brushes that come in bottles are clumsy. They flood the sidewalls and miss the tiny corners. Remember this: where there is no base coat, there will be lifting. A thin, precise layer massaged into the nail plate and cured for 60 seconds is your insurance policy. Today I'm using universal dual forms with a slight longitudinal curve. This is crucial for my nails because they naturally grow downward. The biggest mistake nail techs make with the dual form is sizing. You cannot just watch the width. You have to account for the internal volume. When you press that form onto the nail, there must be enough space, a pocket, for the gel to sit without being squeezed out of the sides. If the pocket is too small, you will have weak stress points. If it's too large, you'll have bulky, heavy nail. If you're working on yourself, find your perfect 10. Find the exact size that fits your fingers. Put them in a separate baggie and stop wasting 10 minutes of every session resizing your own hands. The gel I'm using is thick. This is ideal for jewel forms because it stays exactly where you put it. If you were using a medium viscosity gel, you'd have to work much faster to prevent it from leveling away from the side walls before it hits the lamp. I apply the form at a 45-degree angle, starting near the cuticle and slowly pressing down towards the free edge. This rolls the product forward, pushing out air bubbles. I flash curve with a 5-watt mini lamp while holding the form in place. Then immediately flip the hand to clean the underside before the final cure. Listen closely, because this is about health, not just aesthetics. I cure my jewel forms for a total of 3 minutes. 1 minute with the forms on, 1 minute with the forms off the top side, and 1 minute on the underside. Jewel forms are thick. If you only cure for 60 seconds, the core of your gel might still be liquid. This is how people develop severe allergies, unhardened chemicals sitting against the nail bed for weeks. If you see wet gel when you start filing the underside, you failed the cure. 3 minutes ensures total polymerization. After removing the inhibition layer, I shape with a 150 grit file. I use my drill to take down the length . And then go back with a thin carbide bit to clean the cuticle area. You'll notice a slight see-through area near my cuticle, and many nail techs ask me, aren't you afraid of it breaking if it's that thin there? And the answer is no. You should be afraid of material that is too thick at the cuticle. The natural nail is flexible at the base, gel is rigid. If you put a thick wall of hard gel against the flexible surface, it will lift. By keeping the transition seamless and thin, the nail can move naturally, and the set stays flush for weeks. We finished the skin prep with nippers and a ball bit to polish the proximal fold. Then move to the pink cat eye polish. And this polish is very pigmented and high viscosity. The secret to a deep holographic cat eye is 2 thin layers. On the first layer, I actually use the magnet to pull the glitter away. On the second thin layer, I bring the magnet in to create that sharp, celestial line. Because our nails are short, we keep these layers paper thin to avoid any chubby nail look. We finish with a high gloss top coat cured for 60 seconds. Take your file one last time, hold it at a 30-degree angle under the free edge and crisp up the shape. This removes any tiny lips of top coat that may have wrapped around the edge, ensuring the profile is razor sharp. Look at that shimmer. It's clean, it's structurally sound, and it's built to last. If you want to use the exact tools and materials I featured today, I've linked everything in my Amazon list in the description below. I want to hear from you. What was the most light bulb moment for you in this breakdown? Let me know in the comments. I post these deep dive guides every week because I believe anyone watching can transition from an enthusiast to a professional with the right guidance. If you are ready for the journey, subscribe and stay tuned. My full technical courses are coming in 2026 and I want you to be ready. Keep practicing and I'll see you in the next one.